Hey, hey, yo. There's a video for the Academia Los Angeles. An interview for this year's. I'm in a kind of apartment here over for catching up some pause in my career, you know. And yeah, about the kind of defense set up. Shut up, shut up. This kind of strength, you recently need on the street to get out of the street is a norm. So, to be kind, there was an aspect to train somehow kind of difficultness. Diverse, while working for leaving bad times to remembering the good at all points to get through careers point. So this video has a kind of cross hair here into the field because I was mentioned on Donner's walls and did not get everything over years and started to get into a survival scene. I don't even mention a word to my fields about working for the Love Regeneration at all. Over 10 years, carrying the spirit of my own message to be unique, professional, and angels in resin, because there's more verse for the. No, that's kind of trained hard to carry on in this verse. Perfections, kind of unique professional angels, this was while carrying the spirits of my youthhood, the best versy spirits, while working for Leave the Strange Times and So, summer this train, this kind of yeah. So, the mostly effective is the kind of one force punch and they get down. Yeah, so that's why we're leaving kind of bad times right now. So in this verse, there was a mention for honorable mentions preferred. To support not the stupid guys, So I prefer this this kind of forced one with set up in this verse kind of changing the speed at all. There's kind of forcing the punches into a second create as there's the forced. I recently met up. I can that's kind of concentration at all. Getting the focus. I'm on thiamine vitamin to get on my own appearance of old strength again. It's a kind of cat, It's a kind of cat. So that was did it. It was a kind of carrying the strings. Where's this diverse? Did it? yeah, okay, that was I at least where you stand at the beginning of the punch is a kind of mentioned focus to get straight through made to your, if the goal is worthy, you can set your defense part on that much aggressive level that you can get through defense status while that's a kind of I feeling some strength against me, you know, about years, and while working for the love rate situation at all, and my friendship to my retro girls love from known appearances for about 26 years or 27 years, you know. I wanted to marry in 2016, and I'm maybe horny again. Yeah, that's kind of spirit, but mentioned. Yeah, you know, only start. You know, if you can this punch, you yeah, at least on the street there was two guys and the might. You know, how the main appearances ship is to not while defense set defense strength. You can go on and break the defense while focusing at your goal. So your appearances is that much strength that you're in a flow then. But you have to train hard. So I started at age 11 while learning some moves. That was so much moves. But sometimes I set up the kind of energy, you know. But you have to think about the train in semi-contact again, maybe after all, to get a clear stand. You know, that the second you're forcing within a second and get on your feet again. That's kind of, after all, to force yourself into kind of semi-contact to the back on feet clear stand at any circumstances. Yeah, sure, this video is for the Akademia L.A. I've thought about my radio love, and so I'm not into faded crosshair right now because the police said, yeah, here, the police caught me smoking on a train station, and they said, so we're checking your personal date stage, and they said, okay, you're that guy who aren't carrying anything in your file. Yeah, he said. So I'm the trustful guy from this kind of university, and that's kind of stupidum to say. I'm from a university Berlin right now. I'm just from a kind of elite school, and I have this neck, you know, this kind of super exo neck, which isn't that much anti-genome right now. Genome, because of this digital damage and this kind of Silicin und Bismuth under Magnesin, Silicid, and this Butterfinger from the 90s, you know. It's mutators. They set up mutators. So to carry on good memories at all. Under any circumstances, I would leave my orientation to the Galafy, you know? It's the kind of Galafy. That's the rarest memory I did have right now. Galafy. I have visited a prom there, and it wasn't the greatest time of my life. It's probably mostly kind of beauty I've recently added to. You know, I've had these kind of. If you see this here, I've had a move in 2007. I was jumping this harness and was standing right this. Then this was the greatest appearances. Freestyler move at the kind of partnership work. That was a beauty because I was remembering a video game from around 2001 or 2. That was a beauty too, but recently the graphics is the graphics was the greatest there, and so that was it. Not that much train, you know, but the foster is in these kind. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I'm not motivated while there's an undergraduate situation to clear standings. So this was the mostly effective is the clear stand, and while feeling this hard strength against me, you know, from the Laprid generation at all, and saying or telling about spirits, which was the project in at least last year to talk about the strengths which is needed at all under any circumstances. There is probably strengths in it, so. I'm on the time, you know, about setup and regeneration, because taking a pause of the to get down from the street. So the situation under any circumstances is to get a clear stand. But now, well, to get a clear stand. So. Give me this. So that's the master. You know, that's the kind of that's hard went at all. You know. So about hard train and clear stands. if you're feeling some strength against you, there is kind of situation in my life, or to within the art profession, to the setup and strength I wanted to carry on. And that was the kind of regeneration and strength right now. So while getting the clearer stand, that's kind of regeneration art level. While I'm meeting Sanchez here at all, it was a kind of beauty moment to smoke some chilled out equip for smokers, you know. California feelings, you know. It's kind of exposition and nation colonialism from a spirit which is worthy, like giving perspectives from kind of situation, patriotistic. So I recently broke my bones here, you know. To get a clear start, there was not the capsule last time, because last time that was iron, but I wanted to tell about the strength which is needed, so that's where I. So recently they broke too.